Yo, and since I got you here, man, the YouTube been blowing up. People been asking me a lot of questions. I have another question fresh off the tube, man.
Yes, sir.
How do you respond, or how do people respond to fake paperwork accusations where they accuse a person of going bad and then it's actually not accurate?
If you engineer something fabricated on somebody, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that fabricated engineering was going to facilitate happening to that person should happen to the fabricator.
Ooh.
Period. So if the person who was arguably violated the rules on this document was going to get physically removed, whether it had to do with weaponry, whatever, the person who fabricated that, then that's his fate. Because you were trying to fabricate it, get this done to this man, and it was fake. So you gonna get what you was trying to get for that person. Point blank, period. That's how it go down. And that's how I've seen it before. Because that, it's not uncommon for cats to try and fake paperwork for a suited agenda. When it come out, yeah, the author of that paperwork is gonna get dealt with accordingly.
Peace.
Point blank, period.
Peace, man. Yeah. Because a lot of people been calling in, and that's the theme, unfortunately, on YouTube now is people's, they try to expose cats' paperwork, but a lot of times the actual paperwork is never produced. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I
And
just,
see, this is what I say too, little bro. And excuse me for cutting you off. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but a lot of these opinions, and I get it. It's a public forum, and once you enter the public forum, the public has an opportunity to now voice their opinion because you put it out there in the public. That's why this gangster shit ain't meant for the public, bro. That's why it's not, homie. Because you have a lot of opinions that don't have any voice in this circle. But unfortunately, you have these guys who blur the lines and they allow gangster things to flourish outside of the table. Now you have people who ain't sitting at the table of gangsterism with these opinions. And sometimes it can get irritating because you're asking me questions that if you were if this was where you were supposed to be, you would know this unless you were a youth. And then again, be quiet and pay attention and listen. Don't always do a lot of talking. And this is real game, Haas, because when I came to the penitentiary, yeah, you could be around the table because there's things being chopped that have to do with your life. But to have an opinion, oh no, bro, you have to be called on for that because everybody that's sitting at this table is already qualified, so they don't need to field questions from the students right now. This is being chopped down and understood, so know when to speak, when to ask questions. Just because you have a voice don't mean that that voice is audible all the time. You have to know a time and a place. You dig what I'm saying? It's the same way shit that our moms taught us when we was young. Y'all go take your ass in the back there as grown folks out here playing spades and dominoes. We didn't have the ability, bro. Shit they was talking about wasn't for us. You see what I'm saying? So get your ass away from the table. Unfortunately, that table, when you deal with social media, it has too many seats, bro. There's a lot of seats at this social media table. So when people get to talking about things like, oh, well, why are you speaking on Suge and this, that, and the third? I'm not speaking on Suge as an individual. I'm speaking on the expectations that Suge has put out to the greater society about his representation when it comes to gangsterism.
Woo.
Now, the greater society still remembers Suge from that hierarchy of the death row era. Unfortunately, this brother, whether it then be matured age-wise, intelligence, health deteriorate, whatever it is, that's no longer the Suge that we're dealing with. But Suge, represent that on your interviews, homie, because you're not on the main line no more. You ain't sitting down having these dialogues at a table with Mexican Mafia heads and Aryan Brotherhood heads and BGF heads and Blood and Crip heads, bro. You're not doing that no more. You sacrificed your voice when you went to the SNY yard. So Suge, stop acting like you still in the lane, having these gangster postures about you and another individual needing to have a conversation behind closed quarters as if it's a gangsterism type vibe going on. But brother, you forfeited that when you went to that yard. They can't make you go over there. Come on, homie. Come on, homie.
Because
You know?
a lot of people, yeah, that was the sentiment, like, oh man, he doesn't have a choice, And I always said, like, yo, nah, bro has a choice. People have a choice in general on what they want to do, right or wrong. You know what I mean?
Absolute.
Yeah.
It's checks and balances with everything. You got to sign off, bro. Because like I said, think about how many motherfuckers is over there who did atrocious things that are really targets people want. If it was just as easy as any nigga being able to say, you know what, I want to go over there, or I don't have a choice, send me over there, nigga, you know how many people could be hurt over there that are otherwise unavailable to be touched by gangster niggas? No, bro, they're in the dog kennel. We still running up and down the blocks. They in the kennel though. You feel me? They in the dog dog pound, homie. They ain't out here on the yard with the rest of the dogs. Or like the homie J Loca from Crenshaw Mafia say, niggas can't be bloods amongst bloods, homie. And that's why you notice a lot of these dudes, we don't need to intone their names because I don't want to wake up the dead and give unnecessary niggas clickbait and all that type of shit. But certain motherfuckers that espouse themselves to be of a certain cloak, that smoke was cleared when those individuals, they couldn't even stand up around. But yeah, here go your boy, and I ain't trying to blow my own horn, but the chicken shit and the chicken salad is two different things. Your boy Lil Spank been standing around them very motherfuckers for over 30 years, bro, and you ain't never heard nothing happening to me or me going somewhere I ain't supposed to go. Yeah, you might have heard a lot of rumors and bullshit, but when it comes to chicken shit and chicken salad, cause and effect. Well, I know if this happens, this is supposed to happen. So if Spank did that, then why didn't this happen? But every time I see Spank, he at High Desert with all my homies, or he at Folsom where it ain't like this nigga is in Arizona or Mississippi somewhere. This nigga is around where all the niggas that we look up to is at. So why the shit that happened to these other suckers that break the rules, if Spank, in fact, where's the camera? In fact, broke the rules, why this ain't never happened to him? Come on, bro. You gotta recognize smear campaigns. And I read this in a Patrice Lumumba book. If you can discredit the man, you can discredit the movement. So when you look at it bigger than Lil Spank, what do Big Spank speak on? I don't speak on ignorance and bloods, killing bloods and skyline niggas and Crips and hating Mexicans. I speak on unity and positivity. But now when you think about it in that dynamic, what campaign is to be smeared if you could just make me nobody? Oh, fuck Lil Spank. He did this happened to him, that nigga's a sucker. Now everything I say is going to be looked at as thumbs down. So when you think about it in them terms, what is there to gain? I'm not out here popping no negative shit that's getting 1 million likes on shit. Oh, fuck them niggas and yeah, get that nigga jaw and this negative bullshit. Why are the people who are in that, and I'm not knocking nobody, I'm just saying, it seems as though those particular individuals get more of a platform to espouse their thought process than those who have something positive to say that could be conducive to the advancement of our community, bro. Now, when we thinking about the elders and the babies, we're thinking about victims. And the reason I'm going to say that is because elderly people ain't able to match up against no youngster in no physical altercation. Now, mentally, they might have it, but even the youth is the same way. Now, when we think about the elders and the babies, if we're the vanguard of the community and we're not considering them, homie, we dropping the ball proverbially. Because they're the victimized or the victim demographic in our community percentage-wise. Who's more liable to get hurt in the community? An elderly woman who's looked at as feeble or whatnot, or a wild youngster who's on his game at the time? Come on, brother, it's obvious. Just like the youth. The youth are innocent. We have to take into consideration those tangible aspects of our community when we're acting as revolutionaries and vanguards of the community, even if that state is as a blood or a Crip right now in how you manifesting it. Because everything is knowledge, bro. I can't expect a 23-year-old blood to understand and agree with everything I'm saying because he hasn't experienced yet in his 23 years of his lifestyle things that would give him the knowledge I have. I don't expect a little homie to agree with me because I didn't agree with a lot of my older homies' decisions when I was younger and lacked experience. But now, oh, that's why the G homie did that 20 years ago. And now, too, no wonder it didn't make sense to me then. I didn't have that experience, just like now with the young homies. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But it takes those steps. I'm going to call right back, bro.